Hey friends, welcome back to Mimi's Mixed Bag. If this is your first video of mine, I want to welcome you. Today I'm bringing you a little spring decor. I have a little wall space on my back patio that I would like to make something new for it. And I came across this little garden flag at the Dollar Tree a couple weeks ago, and I think gnomes are still very popular. I even have another project coming and just thought the gnomes were so cute. Now my store actually has several different designs and every Dollar Tree is different, so you may check out your store and see which ones they have. But just love to keep life simple, and I can keep this up for spring and summer. Now I did a project like this a couple years ago, Christmas in July, using a reusable Christmas bag. It was pretty much the same size. I just cut out the front of the bag, so if you come across one of those really cute reusable shopping bags or the garden flags, you can use this technique. So when I took it out of the package, it has a piece of straw in there, and then just you hang it up by this cording. Well, I just thought I could make it a lot cuter by maybe framing the top and the bottom of the flag. Now I thought maybe I could use a paint stir stick, but that's not quite long enough. Now here are a couple wood options. If you had a couple yardsticks you could cut up, that would certainly work. Or Dollar Tree sells the 5-gallon stir sticks. It's like $1.88 for 2 of them, and you'll need a couple packs. So for less than $4, you can get your wood that way. Now what I did is I went to Lowe's and just asked them for some yardstick trim. That's what I call it. That's what it basically looks like. Is about the size of a yardstick. About another $1, you can get enough wood to frame out 2 flags. So Lowe's or Home Depot is the best way to go. Now depending on the look you want, your wood frame at the top and the bottom can be exactly the same width as your flag. This flag is 13 inches. It just so happens since my wood is already pre-cut, I'm just going to go with it. It's, you know, there's no right or wrong. It just depends on the look you want, and I've seen these hanging frames like this hanging over just like that. So that's the way. So I'm just going to keep my wood like it is to keep me from cutting it again. Now your 2 pieces at the bottom are just cut. The top pieces are going to need some little hanging holes. Now since my wood is already cut, my next step is just to paint my wood. I don't want them stained like the other project. And since my words are white, I really didn't want a white frame. I'm going to play around with a little bit of blue and lavender paint and see if I can kind of match this really cute periwinkle color the flag is. So when I come back, I'll have my wood painted. All right, while my wood is drying, I went ahead and cut loose the hanger cord and then pulled out the little plastic straw at the top of the flag. Now I'm going to carefully pull out just the bottom seam. Alright, I've got my bottom seam out and I'm just still waiting for my wood to dry, but I want to bring something to your attention that because this is some kind of plastic material, I don't think I'm going to risk putting any kind of heat, even with a washcloth between the iron. I'm hoping that the weight of the bottom frame will pull these rolled lines out. Alright, my wood is dry enough to move on now, and let me just show you that I only painted one side of the wood. I made sure that my ends were painted and my sides were painted, and then once your flag is sandwiched in between the 2 pieces of wood, you'll never see the inside of the wood. Since my wood is a little wider than my flag, I'm going to have to get mine centered up, and then I'm going to hot glue the flag down, and then that's when I'm going to hot glue my top piece. And so there it will be nice and neat sandwiched in between. I'm going to do the same thing with the top of the flag. Line up my flag and then hot glue the top piece on there. I just want you to know that I just took a sharpened pencil and poked it through that plastic so that it will create my hanger hole. And I'm going to use the cording that came with the flag. Now my original plan was that I was just going to string up some of these Dollar Tree beads because so many of the colors were the same and I love those wooden bead hangers. But I'd remembered that I had a little crisscross Scrappy bow in my stash, and it just so happened it has all the colors of the flag, and I think that will be cute instead of the beaded hanger. Now if you don't know how to make a Scrappy bow, It takes about 10 pieces of 6-inch scrap. It can be ribbon, twine, burlap, rickrack, whatever you got. And you crisscross them and scrunch them in the center and tie it off with a piece of jute twine or any kind of little ribbon you have. Since this one's already made, I will put a link below of probably another project of mine that I've used these Scrappy bows for years. I never throw away a piece of ribbon or trim that's at least 6 inches because I know I can make one of these Scrappy bows. So I'm going to attach my string and attach my bow and hang it up and show you what it looks like. Alright friends, we're here on my back patio, and here's that little wall space that I mentioned that I decorate seasonally. I think by adding the wood trim to the flag definitely bumped it up a notch, and it certainly looks more than a Dollar Tree flag. I think the bow looks so cute on there and just coordinates, but the beaded hanger would be equally as cute. I think just hanging it here in the shade, it will last a lot longer than putting it in a sunny flower bed. So I hope you're able to look up and find this flag or one of the other ones that they have and create yourself some wall decor. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back in a few days. Bye-bye.